Have you ever felt like your tiny apartment just can't hold all the beauty, charm, and personality you want it to? Maybe you've got a love for vintage finds, a soft spot for antique pieces, or you're just tired of cookie-cutter furniture that lacks soul. Today, we're diving into a world where style meets space-saving genius, where every corner becomes an opportunity for timeless home decor that tells a story. Welcome to Vintage Home TV, your cozy space for antique treasures, vintage charm, and timeless home decor inspiration to bring elegance and history into your home. Welcome to Vintage Home TV, where creativity meets everyday living. In this episode, we're uncovering genius vintage furniture hacks for tiny apartment living, curated tips and tricks that transform small spaces into stunning, functional sanctuaries. Whether you're a collector of classic treasures or someone new to the world of antique charm, these ideas will show you how to infuse your space with character, without sacrificing room to breathe. From multi-purpose antique tables to vertical shelving with vintage flair, we'll explore how to make even the tiniest apartment feel open, stylish, and completely your own. So grab a cup of something cozy and get ready to reimagine your space, because small doesn't mean limited, and old never goes out of style. Smart vintage shelving ideas. When you're short on square footage, your walls become your best design allies. Installing antique wall-mounted shelving, especially above doors, windows, or along tight hallway corners, adds a charming layer of storage without sacrificing floor space. Opt for reclaimed wood or distressed finishes to bring warmth and character to your home decor. These elevated display spots are perfect for stacking books, decor, or even small plants, turning unused vertical space into a visual asset. Antique wall shelves. To preserve your apartment's cohesive style, choose vintage shelving units that echo the era of your other furniture pieces. Think Victorian brackets or mid-century minimalist lines. The key is to blend utility with beauty, creating wall features that act both as art and function. Space-saving vintage furniture. In a tiny apartment, every inch matters. Vintage drop-leaf tables, fold-out desks, and nesting chairs are timeless home decor staples that transform as needed. These antique finds, often from the 1940s to 1970s, are ideal for day-to-night transitions. Dining tables become workstations, and consoles hide storage beneath. Antique furniture hacks. Seek out pieces with craftsmanship, solid wood frames, brass accents, or Art Deco lines that align with your personal style. The bonus? These vintage items bring in nostalgia while keeping your space light, airy, and highly functional. How to use vintage rugs. Textiles are a subtle yet powerful tool in small space design. A hand-woven vintage rug or floral antique upholstery brings color and character without adding clutter. Use layered rugs under furniture to define zones and build texture, especially in open concept spaces. Charm to tiny home decor. Stick to a tight color palette to unify multiple vintage prints and avoid overwhelming the room. Soft neutrals, aged reds, and muted greens often found in antique textiles work harmoniously with modern small space aesthetics. Make small rooms feel bigger. A well-placed vintage mirror can do wonders for a tiny apartment. Whether it's a Baroque gold frame or a mid-century oval mirror, this antique accent reflects light and gives the illusion of more space. Place it opposite a window to double natural light and brighten the entire room. Antique mirrors in small spaces. Choose mirror frames that echo the material or finish of your existing furniture for a cohesive home decor look. For example, if your furniture includes aged brass hardware, a mirror with similar detailing will tie the space together elegantly. Charming vintage lighting ideas. Lighting is crucial in compact spaces where ambience and functionality must coexist. Swap out generic ceiling lights for vintage chandeliers, pendant lights, or wall sconces with antique detailing. These focal points elevate your home decor and introduce timeless character. Antique light fixtures. Look for light fixtures that are delicate in form but bold in presence. Think glass globes, patinated finishes, and exposed bulbs. Updated wiring ensures safety while preserving the nostalgic glow of your vintage lighting pieces. Bring garden style indoors. Even a small balcony or window nook can feel like a rustic garden cafe with the right pieces. Add a wrought iron antique bistro table or a folding vintage chair. Complement the setup with terracotta pots or distressed planters to create a natural, peaceful escape. Antique outdoor decor ideas. Indoors, consider using old watering cans or enamel tubs as plant holders. These antique items add a cottagecore vibe and allow you to blur the line between indoor and outdoor design effortlessly. Create rooms in small apartments. In open-plan living, visual boundaries are key. Use vintage folding screens or antique wooden dividers to define your sleeping and lounging areas. These elements act like movable walls, offering privacy without the permanence of construction. Vintage furniture style. Match your divider to your existing furniture by choosing similar carvings, color tones, or materials. Whether it's an ornately carved oriental screen or a simple shutter-style divider, it will contribute to both functionality and home decor appeal. Upcycle antique furniture at home. Turn a forgotten antique into a focal point, convert an old suitcase into a side table, or transform a vintage sewing machine base into a plant stand. These DIY-friendly hacks create conversation pieces that reflect your creativity. DIY vintage decor ideas. Look for items with good bones, solid wood, sturdy legs, clean lines, that can be easily refinished or adapted. These vintage pieces offer limitless potential for customization while fitting beautifully into your small space lifestyle. small space dining ideas. Look for extendable antique dining tables or gate leg models that collapse when not in use. These smart designs allow for full functionality during meals and minimal impact the rest of the time, perfect for a multifunctional apartment layout. Antique dining sets. Go for vintage folding chairs in bentwood or ladderback styles that are both charming and storable. Matching your chairs to the tones and finishes of your table will ensure your home decor feels intentional and refined. Vintage wall storage ideas. Floating shelves using reclaimed wood or antique corbels are a great way to add character while displaying books, art, or collectibles. These shelves provide storage without bulk, keeping your apartment light and breezy. Floating antique shelves. Showcase small antique items, like brass clocks, old postcards, or vintage pottery, to give your shelving a curated, gallery-like feel. Arrange items in odd-numbered groupings and mix textures to keep the visual flow dynamic. So there you have it, creative, functional, and beautiful vintage furniture hacks that turn tight corners into cozy corners, and small spaces into soulful places. From upcycled antique treasures to clever home decor solutions that marry form and function, these ideas prove that great design doesn't need square footage, it just needs a little imagination. If this video sparked ideas for your own space or inspired you to dust off that old dresser and give it new life, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Vintage Home TV. This channel is all about unlocking creative living, one brilliant idea at a time, and we want you to be part of our community of design lovers and DIY dreamers. Hit that bell so you never miss a fresh dose of creativity, and let us know in the comments which vintage hack you're most excited to try. Until next time, remember, it's not about how much space you have, it's about how creatively you fill it.